So in this chapter we're going to look at two brand new features in Myriad version 3.5. They are AutoInstant Track and AutoFill. So the difference between the two of them. AutoInstant Track, that is used to generate an hour's log if it's missing or deleted, and AutoFill will fill any gaps in your hour-long playlist up until the next absolute time marker. So they're the two differences here. And so we've seen Instant Track before in previous chapters and modules here on the Learning Center, and we'll take a look at our settings. We need to set up Auto Instant Track and AutoFill. To do that, we need to go to Settings, Station Database Settings, and to the Scheduler tab, which will come up in a second. Here we are, Scheduler, and then down here you've got the option Automatic Hour Creation using Instant Track. So when it reaches the end of the log, create a new hour using, and then what we'll do is we'll create a new profile, a new preset. So we'll call this one default, and we can click on the spanner here to take a look at the Instant Track settings for the preset default. So we're going to choose an hour for the scheduled log. We're going to use the auto fade. You can choose here to start each Instant Track session with a particular card. We want it to choose at least 60 minutes worth of items, and then here are our categories that we have that was pulled in from the categories that we've assigned to the carts, and you can see here the number of songs that we have in each category. And then just by clicking on here we can select whether or not we want the more dance. We could say that we don't want any gold whatsoever. We want some image songs in here, not so bothered about others. Pop is okay where it is. R&B can go down a little bit, rock can go down, and we can click on here, I'm not interested in any soul records. You can choose that it selects an item from sweepers every 2 items, and we can also say avoid choosing items from the same artist within 15 items. And when we're okay with that, they're going to be our default settings. So that's what it's going to do. If it reaches the end of the log and there's no more logs created, it'll do the Instant Track and it will take a look at the default settings there. So once that's set up, then we're okay on that one. And then for AutoFill, we go back to Settings, Station Database Settings, and we need to look in the Auto Fade tab here, which will come up. And then down here it says if underrunning, use Instant Track to add items. So we can click on that. We've got our drop down list, and we'll say choose it from that same default setting that we set up originally for if it needed to create an hour's worth of log. So we can actually see here we're at 14:56 and we don't have enough songs to make it up to the next hour. So I'm just going to turn the log on, and you can see as soon as we turned it on, it's automatically added a song, and although it's only going to play 30 seconds of it, it gives you an idea of having to automatically fill in just in order to give us enough to head across to 1500. So just by turning that on there, it's added in that extra song for us. And that gives you an idea of autofill to automatically take us up there. And if we scroll down here, we've finished the log here. We could right click on there, and it would actually do this automatically for us, but it would reach the end of the log, and because we've set it in there, it would basically do add an hour in from Instant Track, and there it would automatically select our default Instant Track preset, and it would automatically go ahead and create the next hour for us in Auto Fade template there, which is what we set as one of the presets in the default settings. So that's Auto Instant Track and AutoFill. Instant Track to generate an hour's log if the log finishes and there's no more logs there, will automatically create one for you to save any dead air, and AutoFill as well. If it has some problems or it doesn't quite manage to schedule a full hour, it will keep on throwing music and sweepers at it until it reaches the next marker, either the absolute time marker, the header block if it's in auto fade mode, to create new features in Myriad 3.5.